Okay, so now we're going to have a look at task SS3. Martin has stored the details of the rentals for 2015. We're going to open the 2015 worksheet. If you have a look at down here, we've got the chart details and we've got the one for 2015. Enter task SS3 in the footer. Again, we click on this middle option here for page layout and we should see the footer. Task SS3 and your details. Okay, change the view again back to the normal view. And the first thing we're going to do is, again, we have to look at, we're trying to understand the spreadsheet before we look at the questions. So we have our cottages here. We can see our daily rate, how much it costs to rent it for each day. And we can see that they've rented this cottage for 182 days. And we can see during 2015, the maximum days available was 350. Okay, so we can see 182 days rented at the daily rate. So the income, we should be able to see that it's going to be the daily rate times how many days it's been rented out, is how much money we made. So enter a formula to calculate the income from each cottage. So we're going to click in D6. The income is going to be equals, it's going to be our daily rate times the days rented, which will give us our income for the first one like so. The total income in cell D32. Okay, so what we need to do is to add in a total equals sum and we select the range. Okay, that way we get the total income. Now we can autofill these down to get the total income. Okay, save the spreadsheet as task SS3. I think you know, okay, file save as task SS3. And let's scroll down, let's have a look. Now the number of days that each cottage was available for rental was shown in cell D3, 350 days available. Martin wants to know the percentage of the days available that were used for each cottage. Enter a formula to calculate the percentage used for each cottage. Okay, so percentage. Now, if we know that there were 182 days rented and there were 350 days available, percentage-wise, we're going to take our days rented and divide that by our available days. C6 divided by D3. Now, when we hit enter, what we're going to get is decimal place. We're going to have 0.52. Now, when we click on the percentage button here, what it will do is it will automatically times it by 100. So I'm going to click this button and you can see it's times it by 100 and it's added it like so. Now, the autofill, it won't work in this instance and I'll show you why. Let's say you want to autofill. We've got doesn't work. You see that it's not working for us. So what we need to do is to add the absolute cell reference. Now to show this, let's have a look at our formulas. You can see that the first formula is correct. C6 times D3. Excellent. Now as we move it down, can you see what happens to D3? D3 also moves down, but we want the days available to remain at that 350. So we use what's known as the absolute cell reference. And that's displayed as a $sign. So let me change the view. We're going to double click in here and the cell that we want to remain the same is D3. So we're going to highlight D3 and there's two ways of doing this. You can add it manually holding shift and the number 4. Add the $sign before the D and before the 3. Or what we can do is hit the F4 button once we've highlighted it. And F4 will allow us to automatically make that cell or range an absolute cell reference. Okay, now when I autofill this down, you will see that it works now. Okay, and again, if we have a look at this, how it shows, we have C6 divided by D3, and that D3 does not change all the way down like so. Okay, excellent. So we've done this. enter a formula. Okay, now print the worksheet on one side of A4 showing the formula. Make sure that the row and column headings are shown. So let's do this one at a time. We first need to show the formulas. To do that, we click on formulas up here and show formulas. There is a shortcut on the keyboard, which is the CTRL button on the bottom left and the button directly below the escape key. It allows you to switch them on and off like so. Now when you add the formula view, you can see it stretches out all of these cells. Now we need to make them best fit. So we highlight the cells, double click in between any one of these when it changes like so, double click, and it snaps it to best fit. And this is how the formulas are shown. So we're going to print this on one side of A4 showing the formulas. Make sure the row and column headings are shown. For this we have our page layout, we have our headings, and we have the print option selected, so it should print the headings as well. Make sure that D, E and Y don't have to show the complete formula. Absolutely, we can see it. And reduce the width of the other columns if necessary. Okay, I think we're okay with this. Now remember, always highlight what you want to print. Click on File, Print, and then change this active sheet to Print Selection, and you'll see an option there. Okay, just make sure it can fit everything in there like so. Okay, and print that, and then you are done with task SS3. Thank you.